Hello and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Hazel Declue, the Wealth Whisperer. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what I feel is the most important aspect to creating financial freedom and building wealth for yourself. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. So when we talk or think about becoming financially independent, financially free and building wealth, one of the first things we think about is the money, right? I certainly know this is true from my point of view. When I was younger, I had a feeling that I wanted to build a life for myself and have more money than I'd had when I was a child. Now, don't get me wrong, I had a great childhood. Everything I needed, I had a very amazing, supportive family. But essentially, we didn't have an awful lot of money. I worked from a young age in the holidays, and I built my own kind of ability to fund my way through the things that I wanted to do, including going to music college. But when I was in my 20s, I had this feeling inside me that there was more potential, that I could do and be and have more. And that led myself and my partner, who's now my husband, to deciding that we wanted to create financial freedom for ourselves. Now, talking about this is interesting because when we first started, it was about the money. And we had dreams and visions of a big house and having the nice cars and being able to go and do the things we wanted to do, the holidays, the time spent doing what we wanted to do. Of course, that was part of it. And I think it's important to have that sense of imagination and to be able to dream big when you are setting out on this journey. However, I've found along the way, and I will share my story with you as I go through these podcasts with you, that the money is not the be all and end all. The money is not where it's at. I had a bit of a revelation when I had grown through my 20s and 30s. We'd started investing in property. And then after several years of buying properties and doing them up and letting them out or selling them, I became a property mentor. And it was in the first couple of years of doing that I had a bit of a revelation that I wondered why some people were more successful than others at achieving their goals, certainly on the financial sense. And I had a bit of a light bulb moment, you could say, when I was working with a couple of mentees. And it essentially dawned on me that the most successful people were the ones who weren't chasing the money. They were the ones who knew 100% what it was that they wanted inside. And they were following that rather than the money. So essentially what I'm saying here, it's about the why. We're talking here about the reason behind why you want to become financially free or build wealth for yourself, or both. They go hand in hand typically. So what do I mean by the why? Well, think about this. Think about think about the reason why you may be listening to this episode. And maybe you're already on the path to financial freedom, or you're contemplating it, you're wanting to upgrade your life in some way on that front. And I want you to think about the reasons why you want to do that. So perhaps take a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes even to think about that for yourself. Why do you want to do that? So for me, it was the ability to not have to work. That's what I was wanting to do. And I didn't want to have to go and do a job that I didn't want to do. Not saying that I did jobs that I didn't want to do, but just didn't want to be in a situation where I was beholden to anybody else during my life. I also did definitely want to have a lovely house and to be able to live where I wanted and to be able to travel more. So you think about the reasons for yourself why you want to build wealth or become financially independent. And the next step on is to think to yourself, what would it mean to me to be able to have those things? So what would it mean for me to be able to not have to work, or to be able to live in the house I wanted, where I wanted, to spend time with people that I wanted to spend time with? That meant for me was freedom, and a sense of not having to worry, not having to stress, not having to think about where the money was coming from to be able to sustain a lifestyle like that. So it meant to me that I was going to have freedom. And then lastly, you need to think to yourself, how is that going to make me feel? How am I going to feel when I have those things or that situation occurs in my life? And for me, again, the feeling that I would have at that point would be definitely a peace of mind, feeling like I'm kind of relaxed about money. It's not an effort. I don't have to, like, again, don't have to stress about it, because certainly there have been times in my life where I have stressed about not having enough or feeling a sense of lack. So it's that feeling that you are after as a result of having built the life that you're wanting to build. So for me, it was peace. It was a sense of achievement, and also just feeling happy, just like that inner joy that comes from getting up in the morning and not having to worry about what you're doing that day. You can choose what you do in that day. I mean, what an amazing feeling. So think for yourself about how it's going to make you feel to become financially independent. So this is what we're after, because the mistake that people make, that I've discovered, is that they think that having the thing or having the circumstance or situation in their life as a result of becoming financially independent is going to make them feel that way. So listen to that again. They think the thing or the situation is going to make them feel that way when they get there. Whereas actually, going a little bit deep here, time, as we know, is an illusion, right? So if I said to you, okay, in 5 years' time, when you get this, then you'll feel that, it's abstract. It's totally, we all know that you can't bring 5 years in the future to right now. You can't bring 5 years in the past into the now. You can't even bring 2 minutes ago back into the now, and you can't think 2 minutes in the future and bring that here now. So what I'm saying to you is that the idea that something in the future is going to make you feel a certain way, therefore it won't be until you have that thing that you can feel that way, basically is where the problem lies. So I would encourage you to really take this on board and think to yourself, okay, if I want to feel a certain way when I have these things, it's actually about feeling those things now, right now, to help you build your life and to build the financial freedom and the wealth for yourself on that basis. Okay, so the way that you can do this is a little exercise that I run with clients, which goes like this. Think about the end result that you're looking to achieve in terms of a feeling. Okay, so there's always a feeling that you're looking for, not necessarily the thing or the object, the situation, the circumstance. It's how it makes you feel. Think about that feeling, and then write down at least 10 things that already make you feel that way, whether it makes you feel at peace, makes you feel happy, makes you feel fulfilled. And it doesn't have to be big things. It can be things like taking a walk out in the sunshine. For me, I live right near the beach, and I love nothing more than just taking myself off down the beach, lying down in any weather. Well, okay, maybe not the torrential rain or wind. Well, having said that, I have done that before. And just looking up at the sky and hearing the waves, right? That makes me feel totally at peace and totally kind of relaxed. It could be going out and having a meal with a friend and having a great conversation that makes you feel fulfilled. Or it could be taking some time out for yourself and reading a book that you really want to read, just having space for yourself for an hour. I don't know, whatever it is. So think about those things, write them down. It could be in any context of your life as well. It could be within work, it could be in your family, it could be alone time, could be having a bath with candles, I don't know, whatever it is. And the idea being that if you can bring those things and notice the way they make you feel on a regular basis, so do these things each and every day, at least one or two every day, that make you feel that way, that actually the actions that you're going to take to build the wealth, to build the financial freedom for yourself in whatever way that's going to be for you. And we are going to be discussing the best ways to start to build that financial and lifestyle freedom for yourself. Into your everyday experience, bring those feelings in. It will help you enormously. It will open doors. It will help you bring synchronicities into your life that enable you to live that way already before you're already there, if that makes sense. So you don't have to wait for the 2 years, 5 years, 10 years in the future that you think you're going to be there to be able to feel the things that you want to feel. You're going to use those feelings as you go along to help you build, so that when you get there in 2, 5, 10, 20 years time, however long it takes, you're going to feel so fulfilled already that it was the journey. Let's face it, it's always about the journey, not the destination. Because I've noticed that if you don't build your dream in this way, and instead you're stressing out or getting worried or finding it hard to build wealth for yourself and financial freedom, then the journey itself is going to be stressful and it's going to be hard, and you're not going to enjoy it as much. And actually, the end result, so that if you do get there, you're probably not going to enjoy it anywhere near as much as you could. I know people who have spent their lives building their wealth, building financial freedom for themselves. And when they get there, they're miserable because they've been stressed out. They've probably built themselves a business or a situation that doesn't fulfill them in some way and is actually causing them lots of aggro and stress. So, there are plenty of people out there, right, who are millionaires, multimillionaires, probably billionaires, who are miserable because they just never feel that sense of achievement and fulfillment, even when they get there. So that's why I'm saying it's so important to make sure that you are in that space of building your life as you want it to be as you go along. So I want you to enjoy this journey for yourself. I want you to enjoy the sense of freedom, peace, joy, love, abundance, whatever it is for you, as you build your path to financial freedom. And it's going to make all the difference, is all I can say. So thank you for listening. I hope you've gained some little nuggets from that conversation, and make sure you go away and do the little exercise on the questions that I asked you and write down your top 10 things at least that already make you feel that way. And I very much look forward to seeing you and to speaking to you on the next episode. Thank you.